What's up, guys? It's Chuck West of CW Brand Solutions, here to tell you a quick story about one thing to avoid as a branded designer. Now, I remember when I first started CW Brand Solutions, and I started by offering certain services for free. And a couple people would come and ask me to do logos for them. So I would do the logo, and that was it. Move on to the next client. After a while, when I built up a certain amount of work, I started revising my portfolio site and thinking about what kind of work I wanted to show on my site. I started comparing pieces in my portfolio that I would consider a complete brand versus pieces in my portfolio that were just one-offs. Imagine you have a portfolio where you're able to design a logo, but then you're able to translate that into work that you could do for the company's website, the client's website, their t-shirts, their headphones, their apparel, and that kind of thing, versus just having a client where you made them a logo, just a one-off. As a brand designer, you need to be able to show people how far you can take something. You made a logo for somebody? Great. How do you translate that onto the different pieces of collateral that they have? Be it putting it on a surface or in an ad or on a site. How does what you create for brands translate to all the different pieces of collateral that that brand has? Let me give you an example. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Okay, so here we see a logo for the hip hop group Diatonic Mind, a group that I'm a part of. Very dope music, you should check it out. Now, Diatonic Mind is a group that blends hip hop music with jazz sounds. That's what we love, hip hop and jazz. So we've got the typeface with the piano keys, and it's two of us. So you see the two dots here representing two people, and it's like almost it's on an axis to show movement and all that. The different places in which this logo can be applied. Here you see a logo. We also see it as a sticker, right? A lot of groups have stickers to promote their brand. You can also use turntable slip mats, stickers for the mixer, as you see here. You could also turn it into hoodies and apparel, like you see here. Give people different clothes to wear. Now, considering the times, you could also translate it into a coronavirus mask. Well, the one thing, as horrible as COVID-19 is, the one thing I will say, the one good thing it did for design is that it offered a brand new surface for which to add logos, which to add design. It gave designers a reason to start applying their work to different kinds of services and apparel. So, hey, silver linings, right? So this is what needs to be considered. Are you just doing a logo for your clients? Or are you giving them something that could offer an entire spectrum of material for which to promote themselves? Are you just making a logo and just letting that be that? Or are you showing the client the different ways in which their logo can be used? We don't want to just give somebody something and say, okay, thanks, bye. No, we want to give them something that can be as useful as possible. We're not just here to give someone a logo. We're here to give someone a brand, if you're a brand designer. So how can we apply what we make to different places and different areas? How can we create sort of a visual campaign for clients, as I said earlier? How can we create a visual campaign for clients? How can we show clients that we're really worth more than what we can create, but we're also worth what we can do with what we create, the different things that can be done? I'll say it one more time. Design is the conscious manipulation of visual elements to communicate a certain message to a certain kind of person. The conscious manipulation of elements. In other words, just throwing a logo at somebody, that's not enough. What can be done with it? A really good example of this is what the branding and identity firm Chermayeff, Geismar, and Haviv did for National Geographic a few years ago. Now, they decided to use this yellow border here that you see in the lower right corner for the logo for National Geographic. Now, while that may seem like some simplistic logo, like really, just a rectangle? Well, take a look at this. Now we have the logo. Now, why would this be an effective logo to use? Consider National Geographic's magazine and how it has the yellow border around it. So first, this logo is a callback to the magazine that's already been around for years and years. So it offers the user, the people who read the magazine, something familiar. Then, because this yellow rectangle is so simple, it also provides this little window or this border to different advertisements and experiences that National Geographic can offer. When you look into this border, get rid of that. When you look into this border, this window, you see what National Geographic offers. That is a glimpse into different kinds of cultures, people, and places. All right, now where else can this be applied? They can apply it to clothing labels. They can, let me zoom in here. They can hint at the shape through graphics. This looks like animation of some sort. And they can keep that logo in the corner just as a quick reminder, a quick ID for the brand. Chermayeff and Geismar and Haviv say this. Paul Rand, the famous graphic designer, also says this. Chris Do of The Future also says this. A logo is an ID, a simple identifier for a brand. So while this yellow rectangle may seem pretty plain and simple alone, look at the different ways, at which it can be applied. You see? So this is what we mean when we say the conscious manipulation of visual elements to offer a certain message to a certain kind of people. So when we're designing for brands, we don't want to just create one-offs. We don't want to just make a logo and then let that be that. We want to know how our designs can be used to help the brand to the fullest, all right? How are we taking this piece of identity and letting it span throughout the entire brand experience such that the brand, our client, gets the most out of it? We really want to show our value, and this is how we do it. Consciously. Be conscious of what you're offering and how what you're offering can help. Well, that's all for now. As always, I'm Chuck West of CW Brand Solutions. Thanks for watching and take care.